Why is Vinicius Junior so hated? He scores in Champions League finals. He wins titles. He gets robbed of a Ballon d'Or the entire world believed he deserved. And what does he get in return? Monkey chants. His effigy hanging from a bridge. Stadiums full of people trying to break him every single week. Is it the dancing? The arrogance? Or is it something far more uncomfortable that nobody in football wants to say out loud? Most players in his position would collapse. Most would beg for a transfer, fade quietly, and let the hate win. But not Vinicius Junior. He scores, he dances, he stares right into the crowd and does it again. And somehow, that makes people hate him even more. So today, we are asking the question that football keeps dodging. Why do so many fans actually hate this man? Vinicius Junior arrived at Real Madrid in the summer of 2018, just 18 years old, with the weight of a €46 million transfer fee on his shoulders. He came from Flamengo in Brazil, where he had already shown glimpses of something truly special. A teenager with electric pace, natural skill, and an instinct for the game that most players never develop. But Madrid was different. Madrid was the biggest stage in the world, and Vini looked far from ready. In his debut season, he managed just 4 goals before a torn ligament ended his campaign early. The following year, he made 29 league appearances and scored only 3 La Liga goals. One televised debate saw a group of commentators openly laughing at him, saying he would never make it and that Madrid had wasted their money. For a teenager navigating a new country, a new language, and one of the most demanding football cultures on earth, that was a heavy burden to carry. Yet Vini did not leave. He trained harder. He worked with coaches who believed in him when most outside the club did not. And bit by bit, the boy who was once a laughingstock became one of the most feared attackers in European football. The transformation was not instant, but it was undeniable. By the time the 2021-22 season arrived, Vini was no longer a project. He was the main event. 22 goals and 16 assists in all competitions, a 280% jump in productivity from the season before. He dribbled past more players than anyone else in La Liga that year, nutmegged 14 defenders, and then capped it all off by scoring the only goal in the Champions League final against Liverpool. Carlo Ancelotti, his manager, put it simply, he has a spectacular talent. He's been able to add a lot of things with a spectacular daily work ethic, and the work showed. His dribbling had always been elite, that low center of gravity, the unpredictable change of direction, the ability to embarrass defenders in one-on-one situations. But now he had goals, consistency, and the biggest moments to match. And with all of that came confidence. And with confidence came the celebration, the dancing, the samba steps after every single goal, in every stadium, in front of every crowd. What Vini saw as joy, a genuine and cultural expression of who he was, something rooted deep in his Brazilian identity, others chose to see as provocation. Opposing players complained, and managers went on camera to blame Vini himself. As recently as February 2026, Jose Mourinho told the press after a Champions League match, "When you score a goal like that, you celebrate in a respectful way." Pundits like Thierry Henry and Jamie Carragher hit back immediately, condemning Mourinho's comment. But the damage was already done, because by then, the crowd reaction in stadiums had long stopped being just boos. It had turned into something far darker, something that football had been pretending to fix for years without actually fixing anything. So where does the hate actually come from? Let us be honest about all of it. The first reason is the dancing. In European football culture, there is an unwritten code. You score, you celebrate, but you do not make the opponent feel humiliated for too long. Vini ignores that code completely. He samba dances in front of the keeper who just conceded. He spins in front of the centre-back who got left behind. He looks at the camera and does it again. For a lot of fans, that reads as arrogance, as if rubbing it in. But here is the question nobody wants to ask. Would we react the same way if a white European player did the same thing? In 2022, a pundit on Spanish show El Chiringuito went on live television and told Vini to stop dancing like a monkey. That sentence alone tells you everything. The second reason is diving and theatrics. This one is genuinely fair criticism. Vini has been caught on multiple occasions going to ground too easily and manipulating referees with theatrical reactions. But it exists alongside another reality. He's also one of the most fouled players in La Liga. But nothing justifies what happened on May 21st, 2023 at Mestalla. Valencia versus Real Madrid. Sections of the crowd directed coordinated monkey chants at Vini from the stands. The match was stopped for 7 minutes. Vini was visibly in tears on the pitch. Valencia were eventually fined just €27,000 after appeal, a figure that meant absolutely nothing for a club worth hundreds of millions. Months before that match, an effigy of Vini in a Real Madrid shirt had been hung from a bridge in Madrid, treated as a hate crime by Spanish police. And when Vini stood in front of cameras and told the world that Spain had a racism problem, the response from many was not sympathy. It was defensiveness. It was telling him he was exaggerating. It was turning the victim into the problem. Vinícius has taken a prominent public stand against the racist abuse he's endured, including helping to lead a FIFA anti-racism initiative and speaking out repeatedly on the issue, which attracted global attention and condemnation of racism in sport. In 2024, he won FIFA's The Best Award, earning global recognition for a season where he drove Real Madrid to a La Liga and Champions League double. But the Ballon d'Or that most of the football world believed he deserved went to Rodri instead. Real Madrid, convinced their player had been robbed, boycotted the entire ceremony in Paris and refused to send a single representative. Vini responded on social media with the words, "I'll do it 10 times if I have to. They are not ready." The reaction to even that statement was divided. Some called it defiant, others called it arrogant. To be fair, Vini is not without flaws. Both of his red cards at Real Madrid have come at the same ground, Mestalla against Valencia. The most recent, in January 2025, saw him shove goalkeeper Dimitrievski and then have to be physically restrained by Rudiger from confronting the referee before apologizing on social media afterwards. His emotions have at times been weaponized against him, and opponents know exactly how to trigger that reaction. They do not explain the chants, the banners, or the organized abuse. There is a clear and important difference between disliking a player's behavior on the pitch and dedicating yourself to making him feel unwelcome in a country he calls home. So why do fans hate Vinicius Junior so much? The truth is that the hate comes from more than one place. Some fans dislike the showboating, some are frustrated by the theatrics, some simply find his confidence irritating because it is the confidence of a man who knows exactly how good he is. And some, and this is the uncomfortable truth that nobody in football wants to say out loud, dislike things about him that have nothing to do with what he does on a football pitch. Do you think the hate Vini gets is about football or something deeper? Let's know in the comments. Like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.